Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this week. Just a few things in the news I want to share with you. I don't have much time to talk about stuff like this, and I think it would be a perfect opportunity for us to have some information about what's going on in the world about us. Well, number one thing I thought was kind of interesting is that they found an ancient clamshell that indicates the days were a half an hour shorter 70 million years ago. That means that a year there was 372 days rather than our normal 365. So I thought it was kind of interesting how time has changed, how the day amount of daylight or days in a year has changed in the past 70 million years. Another thing I found out recently was that there's all this talk about dark matter. You know, they're doing that study down in the Black Hills, right? About dark matter and what it's made out of. And so some scientists think that it's made out of a thing called sterile neutrinos. Now, sterile neutrinos are theory. I don't even know if it's a theory necessarily. Some scientists are calling it a hypothesis. But they feel that maybe parts of the galaxy, parts of the universe where they think is empty space may be dark matter. And they're trying to find what this dark matter is. So one scientist says, well, maybe it's called sterile neutrinos. The only problem with that is sterile neutrinos are not supposed to glow, and some of those areas are glowing. So if you're interested about dark matter and sterile neutrinos, look that up. Another tidbit I found that was kind of interesting, people say this coronavirus is a bad thing, and it is. But one good thing that's come out from it is that we are reducing the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. There is about a 50% decrease in traffic worldwide. There is a decrease in carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, anywhere from 5 to 20%, depending on where you live. And of course, we know that carbon dioxide is one of the components of the greenhouse gases, which is very negative. In Italy, they have found out that even nitrogen oxides have been reduced because of the lack of driving, lack of traffic. So maybe it's just a hint for us to stay at home more. I don't know, but those are very interesting things that I found in the science news for this week. Also, just watch out for on Google Classroom about when we're going to have our Zoom meetings. If you can't make them, I understand. Things happen, we forget, whatever. But try to make them so we can interact with one another and I can see how you're all doing. And maybe explain some things that we're doing on the assignments. So please join me on our next Zoom meetings. If you want to know when they're at, go to your Google Classroom and they will be under the announcements in your perspective or respective, I should say, categories. Okay? So you have a great week and we'll talk to you soon.